Hey guys, it's Monk here. Today we're going to look at how we can turn any sound in, like any sample, into a fully playable MIDI instrument, so you can map it across your keyboard and play melodies with it like you would any software instrument. This isn't going to be too in depth. This is going to be like the easy way of doing it. There will when you get like proper sampled instruments like contact instruments and that, they're actually put together with like loads of different samples recorded across that instrument. So there's like individual samples for each note. What we're doing here is more like pitching the same sample across the keyboard, so it's really quick and easy to do, especially if you're a beginner. But like more advanced people might say that the quality isn't quite there because you're not going to be able to get as much expression with the instrument, and that is true to a certain extent, but this is mostly for beginners, and I don't find it. I still use this method anyway, like because it is so easy. And I think the results, they're fine. So sampler is what you want. When you open up Logic, you've got quick sampler there, but we want, oh no, sorry, quick sampler is what we want. Yeah, quick sampler to do this. So we'll open up stereo quick sampler, and here we're greeted with this. And what we want to do is just drag in whatever sound it is that you want to use. So what I'd usually do is like record in, what I use this for mostly anyway, is I record in one of my like little instruments. So I'll just show you something as an example. So I've got this thing. So we've got that, and what I've done is recorded a sample from it of just like plucking one note, and I've got that here. Sounds like this. So I'm going to drag that into here, and you want it just original, just to get the normal sample in. Now straight away, if I open up my keyboard, straight away it's pitched that across everything, but what we want to make sure we've done is we want the original sample, like the sound we're dragging in, to be in C. That way it will be mapped correctly over the keyboard. So an easy way to do that is then open up in our utility. We have, not utility, sorry, it's in metering, and go down to tuner. And now when we've got the tuner open, we then want to press a C on our keyboard. And perfect. You can see that that's already in C. If it wasn't in C, well, it's sort of wavering a bit, so we can actually do some fine tuning. So here, the pitch, we've got this fine knob. Might move that a bit. And you might find with samples, sometimes it's like imperfect pitch, like the initial hit will be on key, but then like it will waver around. So honestly, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Like, just get it so it is as close to the note you want as possible. Like that will be fine. So we've just done it fine. But if that wasn't in C, for example, then you just want this coarse thing. And if you see, when I move this, we'll be just changing the key of the root note. So if I move it down, you see. And the tuner is telling me like which note we've got it on, but obviously for this we want it in C. And now because it's in C, that means like when I play across my keyboard, we can now play melodies with it. And we've just gone from taking like one sound out of this instrument, and now we've turned it into a MIDI instrument. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you don't know how to play this, you can just get a C note from it, map it across your keyboard, and now you can play it on your keyboard like you would any software instrument. And I use this method for a lot of like unusual instruments and things. It is wicked if you have the time to learn all of these instruments, but like sometimes I will. Maybe I'll learn this one in the future, but at the moment I haven't got around to it. And I mean, like, production is my main passion. I just want to take sounds from places and manipulate audio, and that's my main passion, more so than playing instruments, I would say. So this is a cool way to get around that, and how you can take a sound from any instrument and turn it into a software instrument that you can play like anything else. And quick sampler will be in Logic, and whatever DAW you're in, there is usually a sampler thing already there. I think tuner as well, like you'll always find that. Another plugin I can recommend that you could try doing this with is Serato Sampler. Serato Sample, yeah. When you get Serato Sample up, you can use this mainly to like chop stuff. You can put like whole tunes in it and set all cue points, and you can like chop up your sample, which is quite cool. But if we just drag that same sample in here, what we could do is then turn it on this keyboard mode. Yeah, you just select your sample start point on that, and then what we just do is this keyboard button down here. Once you press that, you've now mapped that sample over the whole keyboard and pitched it. So that's another way of doing it. But Serato Sample, I think I got it on sale for like £50, so that wasn't too bad. But I think it's usually more around 100. Serato Sample is a wicked plugin. I'm going to do a video on that soon, so stick around for that. And hopefully, if you didn't know this, then that's useful to you, and you can now like take sounds. Like you could do this with a lot of things, like even percussive hits. They'll be a little bit harder to tune, but like there will be a note there, and if you can find that note and you can get it on C, then you can turn like percussive sounds into instruments. Like you can do it with anything really. It's just obviously the less sort of a key or the less of a note that sound's making, the harder it's going to be to find the pitch. But once you've pitched anything to C, then you can map it over your keyboard with this method and play it as an instrument. So yeah, hopefully that's some useful tip there for you guys. If it is, drop a like, subscribe. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video.